back to the spotlight.
Oh, you're sitting back here?
I got a spot for the first two. Thank you.
Sorry.
No, you're good, you're good.
Plays get to you after a while. It kind of killed my passion for theater. I don't know why I don't think about that. No, I was, one day, I was working on it. I was like, what's it take to get a 2-3 year break? I felt that way before West Side Story. Yeah. And then when the door fell on opening night. Huh? It wasn't cabaret or theater. It was everything. I just was burnt out. Sure. I haven't stopped for like 20 years. It's been years. Yeah. You know, but I was on a really steady stretch there. I haven't had anything. I guess I have 4 weeks. I'm ready for a break. After the chorus line, I'm like, I was thinking about going. We haven't got to the nitty-gritty yet. I know. Well, the blog is easy. Everybody else stands in the line and stuff. It's all acting. I'm looking forward to being able to dedicate my time to that. Yeah, it'll be good. I really enjoy the two musicals. I've gone to have a good time. Yeah. Hey! I saw your hair and I was like, who's this guy? And I was like, who too? Who's this guy? I'm this guy. Are you looking for me?
What?
So you look like you were looking for me.
No.
Oh, it's recording. I was about to
Center for tonight's performance of a one-act festival presented by actors and artists of Fayette County. Please note the emergency exits located in the front and rear of the theater. Also, please take a moment to silence all electronic devices. Due to copyright restrictions, audio or video recording and flash photography are prohibited during the show. There will be a 1 10-minute intermission after the second play. Refreshments will be served upstairs by the Women's Auxiliary. All that is asked is a small donation. The next performance will be a chorus line, February 14th through the 17th. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy AAFC's 2019 One Acts Festival.
Now that we've come to an end, you say that you wanna be friends.
Hi, I'm Harper. A little bit about me. I'm a strong, independent woman who, as they say, don't need no man. So what if I'm 28 years old and live at home with my mom? And so what if I can't sleep sometimes because I'm too busy crying because I'm alone and afraid that all the best of years have passed and there's so much I haven't done? And here I am walking into a random skating rink. I haven't been to one of these places since I was a kid. I could never actually get up the courage to put the skates on back then. If you're wondering, it still smells the same in here. Like stale popcorn and puberty and a wrist injury and a potential visit to the emergency room. The more I think about it, the more dangerous this seems. Coming here was my mom's idea. She told me that I needed to get out of the house, that I was driving her crazy. I told her, wow, what a coincidence, because she was driving me crazy too. She told me that I needed to go out and have a good time. Like where, Mom? Where should I go to have a good time? Go to the movies, she said. There's nothing out I want to see right now, I said. Hollywood has that problem right now where they're turning out a bunch of overproduced crap that no one wants to see. My mom tells me I'm bound to find something I want to see. My mom tells me to do a lot of things. But I'm 28 goddamn years old and an independent woman and I'm repeating myself. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd be back in my big girl bed from 2nd grade. I had a lovely stint in Chicago, you know, but I got laid off just as I was beginning to love it. I think roller skating might be a good time. I mean, just look at those kids over there, listening to this terrible music, falling on their asses but laughing it off. Not standing here like some moron. definitely not trying to convince themselves into staying here instead of running back to the car. Fight or flight, man. Need to go have a good time, Harper. That's what my mom says. Need to do one thing that scares you every day, Harper. That's what Oprah says. I think. Boy, these kids are good. Doing triple Sal Cows and having the time of their lives. I don't know what a Sal Cow is, but that might have been a Sal Cow. Hey, I bet you Tanya Harding hasn't had a good time in a while either. Did you see that movie? I'm tilted. You might have noticed. If you didn't, don't feel bad. A lot of people don't catch it. At least they say they don't. Just my right side. My right eyebrow doesn't go as high, and the toes of my right foot don't wiggle as well. But I never really let that get in my way. Except for maybe this. I guess that's why I could never put the skates on back when I was a kid. I don't label myself as disabled or differently abled or whatever other sexy, inclusive words kids are using these days. I can't keep up. I just live my life. The only time this really bothers me is when I meet new people. Because I have to, shake hands with people. And I get nervous when I meet new people, and when I get nervous, my right hand tightens like this, so that I make the quick switch and shake with my left. It's always fun to see how people react to that. And by fun, I mean totally awkward. Some people just smile and carry on. Others turn it into a goddamn thing. Whoa, a lefty shake. Yes, asshole, a lefty shake. Whoa, who's that guy? He has that same haircut all the cool boys had in junior high school. I hear the 90s are making a comeback. They can stay where they are as far as I'm concerned. But they're chokers. And you remember those shirts we used to snap ourselves into? Jelly shoes. No, thank you.
Hi there.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you scared me. Well, he's talking to me. It would be weird if I just sat here and blinked, right? So I'll say hello. Yes, hello.
Roller skating tonight.
Attempting. Yeah.
Well, I see you brought your own skates.
You, sir, are observant.
It's a special skill. They look brand new.
Yep. I've never used them, but decided to bring them out tonight. On a Monday. Because I did not think it would be busy on a Monday.
It's probably the busiest on Mondays. Kids skate for half off.
Lots of kids.
I'm Doug.
Is that a triple sock how that 7-year-old just did?
I don't know.
Yeah, neither do I.
That sounds really impressive.
Probably is. Hey, Tanya Harding was the one that did the triple sock cows, right? Tanya Harding, she was that ice skater in the 90s. She kneecapped the other ice skater. They made that movie.
Yeah, but why? Like,
Yeah, we probably shouldn't make fun of her. That probably ruined her life.
yeah, we probably should. Put on those skates and skate with me.
Well, I was trying to do a thing. I do want to skate with Doug. He's adorable. If I close my one eye and squint the other, he looks just like Jonathan Taylor Thomas. But I know what can happen. Talking leads to skating, which leads to dating, which leads to love. And I fell in love once. In Chicago. Was with the guy for a long time. And then he left. I just don't think I could get left again. Does that make sense? Henry, he saw past all my crap. He looked past my tilt and then saw me. It was like he leaned with my tilt. He loved me, and we all know how that ended. With me sleeping in a twin bed in the goddamn suburbs. Maybe in a bit. Still gotta break these babies in.
Okay, no pressure. I'm gonna go to lunch.
Have fun. Don't run over any kids. My mother bought these for me for Christmas. She thinks I'm 8. When I was a kid, I used to be obsessed with glitter. One time I gathered up all the glitter I could find in the house and proceeded to cover my entire body in the stuff. I thought I looked amazing until I had to go to the ER because I breathed in too much. The inside of my nose was very sparkly. I don't care so much for glitter now. It gets everywhere and stays there. I don't want to sparkle as much as I used to.
Oh, you all good over here, hon?
Yes, thank you. People are so goddamn friendly here. Just come up and talk to you for no reason. Just trying to do one thing today that scares me.
Well, can I get you a pop? Wow-wee! Look at these skates. They're snazzy. Ooh.
Thank you. I'm good. Thank you.
Oh, well, I just love these. You've got some great taste. Oh.
Whoa, those skates.
Yep, they were a gift. And I lost the receipt.
Did it light up?
Do they really need anything else?
Yeah.
Well,
You gonna put them on your break?
I mean, I was going to.
It's also cool to just watch. Yeah, other people watching too. People aren't paying attention to the bass plant.
I don't think people hurting themselves is very funny.
Yeah, right.
I like watching people have fun though.
Could be one of those people too. Yeah.
I'm not too good at having fun.
Skates like that. Just want to be the most fun person in here. But it's fun.
I must look thirsty tonight. No, thank you. God, why did I say that? It is hot in here. My palms are sweaty, and I think I just inhaled way too much pink glitter. Actually, yes, I'd love a Coke. Be right back.
Here, hon, this one's on me.
Thank you. That is so sweet.
Ice cold. Haven't seen you here before. Doesn't look like you skate very often.
First time.
Oh, well, there ain't nothing better than hopping out on this rink with the lights going and Garth Brooks playing. You know what they say about the first time?
It's the best time?
No, it's probably the time you're going to break your neck, so take it slow, hon. Well, hi, I'm Mitzi. I own this old place here. I'm glad you came out tonight. Not many people do anymore. Oh, kids' nights, they're still pretty busy, but not even there. They're just not as busy as they used to be. You know what this country needs now more than ever? Needs some roller skating and some Garth Brooks, and I stand by that.
You should run for office. That might be a winning platform.
Nah, you couldn't pay me $1 million to do that. You see, when this here old place closes up, I'm going to retire, hon. See those trophies in that case over there? They're all from the 70s and the 80s. I won a lot of those myself.
Wow, that's really impressive.
Well, I'll tell you, it's like this. I did it because I had fun. You see, any time something was bothering me, like my cheating, no-good ex-husband, may he rest in peace, I would strap on these skates, I'd get out on this rink, and just forget everything. You see, everybody needs that thing that helps them to be a better person, that thing that gives them something to look forward to.
I don't think I found my thing yet.
Oh, you will, hon, as long as it ain't dope.
See? She beat me into getting a drink.
Well, you see, she's a first-time customer, and she had this look on her face like she inhaled a whole bunch of glitter.
Oh, you guys are related.
Small town.
Yeah, you see, some of those trophies in that case, they're Doug's. Yeah, well, I'll just leave you two talking, but,
Thanks for the Coke.
yes, and good luck, honey, finding your thing.
Hey, never got your name?
I'm Harper.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Can I, sit and watch me?
Okay.
Hey, you got a skate on now. Progress.
Progress.
But you got some sweet moves.
I don't know. I've never done this before.
Oh, it's Hey, you're really good company. You look ready to skate. Are you ready to skate?
No.
No. Pressure closes.
No.
Better break those bad boys in.
What do you do for fun, Deb?
Is it an obvious?
No.
I hang out at the roller skate rink. Jeez.
That sounds terrible.
Wait. It's better than sitting in my house all the time like I used to.
Really?
Yep.
You sit at home.
I used to sit, wait for something to happen. Life seemed to have moved on. How? My friends moving away to college, getting jobs, getting married, and they seemed like they were winning in life. And me, life just seemed like it was happening to me. I wasn't heading anywhere good. So, I just got depressed, I guess, and just stayed home.
And now?
Well, one day it hit me. This is it's all it's ever going to be unless I change it. I know that just made you. Can I tell you an embarrassing secret?
I don't think that you should.
I love Oprah.
Oprah.
Because of Oprah, I left my house and I took some classes. And now I'm an electrician. Oprah says there is no greater gift that you can give or receive than to honor your calling. Sometimes I still have to force myself to leave the house. It's easy to be alone, but it's fun to be out with people. Put on some skates and make a new friend.
That's kind of beautiful, actually. I know I just met you, but can I tell you an embarrassing secret?
Sure.
I left my house today because of Oprah. And my mother. But mostly Oprah.
Really?
She says to do one thing a day that scares you, and this scares me.
It's not scary.
Maybe not to you.
Come on, it'll be fun.
And here I am, in a random skating rink in the middle of nowhere. Skating with Jonathan Taylor Thomas. The lights are going. Wow, look, I'm sparkling. And Garth Brooks just came on. And I'm having a good time.
Lovely night, huh?
Yeah, just out for a walk. Getting some fresh air.
It's good, isn't it? Spring has,
Scrum?
begun. Spring has begun.
Okay, have a good night. doing here with all of these locks?
Oh, the locks. I'm, tightening.
Well, what about this one?
Wasn't on very tight. Okay, I'll tell you the truth, but you gotta keep this on the down low, okay?
All right.
It's my job. Work for the city.
Taking locks off the bridge?
Yeah, you know how all this got started, right? There's that, bridge in Germany or wherever,
The Pont des Arts.
Oh.
It's in Paris.
Of course. Point is, people started putting so many locks on that bridge that it started to collapse. Compromising the structural integrity in it. And the city of Pittsburgh didn't want that happening here. Only got so many of these things.
We have like 400.
Exactly. It's a loss we can't afford.
Then why not just do what they did in France and take the grates off?
Oh yeah? Just you try and tell me that wouldn't cause people to go out riding in the streets like a pack of angry dolphins.
I mean, it wouldn't. Also, isn't this worse? Taking them off one by one?
Look, I'm not here to debate the ethical coronaries of the thing. They're just, locks.
No, they're not. They're love locks. They're a symbol of commitment. Isn't that worth something?
I'm just here to do my job.
Right, of course. How many more do you have to take off tonight?
Just one. Gotta meet my quota for the night.
How about this one?
Nah, it's too light. Here. That's the one. Do me a favor. Reach in there and grab the hammer.
I don't know.
Relax, okay? I'm not asking you to knock it off. Besides, just like shoplifting, it's a victimless crime.
What the hell do you have in here?
Just use the zipper.
How many of these locks did you take off?
Enough! Now, come on, hammer.
Are you sure you work for the city?
Hammer! Now, please.
You think the city would give you something stronger than a hammer?
Damn budget cuts.
So, what was her name?
Huh?
Or his name? You know, whoever you put your lock up with. It just looks like you're trying to figure something out.
Ma'am, just let the civil servant do his
Oh,
job.
come on, this isn't about the bridge, is it?
It's still a public service. I mean, these things are like cocker spaniels. You take one down, 4 more come back in its place.
Pretty sure that's cockroaches.
Whatever! Doesn't matter, doesn't really matter if I work for the city. Look, I know it seems harsh, but I just don't want anyone else buying into the lies.
What lies?
All of them. Every last one of these locks is a big, fat, philandering piece of baloney. You don't think all these couples actually stayed together, do you? I mean, come on, look here. Mark and Veronica together in love. Bullshit! Huh. Love always. Courtney. Forget it, Courtney. Oh, Jenna and Josh, 1 in a million. Love you forever. This one's really good. You know, there's something like 8 billion people in the world. Who cares if you're 1 in a million?
Mind if I try?
I guess.
One in a million. It is a little cliche, huh? Would have been a little bit morbid to put the actual odds. Josh's illness was pretty rare.
Aren't you supposed to toss the key when you
Yeah, but when both of you know that one of you is going to be dead in a few months, it just makes more sense to keep it up.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh, come on. You had to know this bridge would be covered in stories like mine. Look, I don't know what your deal is, and to be honest, I don't really care, but for 5 years, my husband and I were happy. Even on our worst days when we knew how it was all going to end, we were happy because we were in love, and that wasn't a lie. I'm sorry that you don't get that.
5 years, huh? That's good. That's the best part, really. It's all new then. I remember when Christine and I first got hitched, even the air was like mint leaves and rainwater or some stupid Hallmark shit. Then get a few years down the road and it's not so new anymore. I remember thinking, where did I screw up? It's all my fault. Where did that feeling go? And I kept wondering and wondering if she felt the same way, but it turned out she didn't. To her, being with someone was still new and exciting, but someone just wasn't me. I'm sorry about your husband, but that doesn't change the fact that there are lives here.
What about those first few years? Weren't those good?
Good things don't end like that. I'm sorry. Have a nice night.
Maybe not.
Huh?
Now, can you do me a favor?
What's that?
Take this.
That's yours.
I know, and I want you to take it. You said it yourself, these things are lies.
Yeah, you said I was wrong. What's the matter? Don't you love him anymore?
I don't want to.
Are you sure that's your choice?
Of course it is. It always is, right? I was just dumb enough to choose to love and to build my life around someone who wasn't even going to be there to live it out with me. So now, I'm choosing to not.
I'm just saying that's not a
But
choice.
just take it, please. You're going to destroy all the others. What's one more?
Oh, I'm not destroying these.
And what are you doing?
Well, I was thinking I have a bachelor pad now. Might as well start decorating.
Okay, yeah, that's really creepy. But, anyway, here. Just take it.
No.
Please.
Why can't you just get rid of
Because
this?
it hurts, okay? It hurts. So bad. So much worse than it ever did when he was alive. I don't expect you to understand this, but all I want is to stop hurting. But I just can't throw it away. Because I think that's the only thing that'll make it hurt worse.
Look, if you want to get rid of it so bad, throw it to the guppies and the alligator, but I'm not going to do it.
Then why the hell not?
I'm too jealous. If you think it hurts now after really, truly loving someone, imagine how bad it hurts when you realize you haven't and you didn't. You're afraid you never will.
Do you have a Sharpie in that thing?
Yeah, maybe.
Give me it. What's your name?
My name? Mary. Why?
There.
It just says Mary.
Yeah. It's yours now.
Well, aren't there supposed to be two names on the lock?
You have to start somewhere, right? Look, if you don't want it, just take it. Lovely night, huh?
on the ice on the driveway.
You did?
Darn near. I don't even know how I got here. I couldn't see through the windshield with the ice and the sleet.
I just shoveled and salted that not an hour ago.
Well, it's iced over solid now. Oh, heavens to Betsy. On nights like this, I really wish Ron was still alive. That man could drive in a hurricane.
Here, let me take your coat. Just have a seat.
All right. Don't make a fuss. But Debbie, do you really think we ought to go ahead with this party tonight? I just don't think we can ask people to come out in this mess.
Hey, I've been here all afternoon working on decorations.
You have?
Well, looking for decorations. Lord knows where she put them. I can't find anything. Not the favors, not the banner. Luckily, I got this cheap thing at the dollar store just in case.
Well, I just don't think we're going to have much of a turnout.
Lonnie, it's a tradition.
I know.
Every year since the museum opened.
I know.
The board and the major donors have celebrated New Year's Eve together.
I know.
At the museum.
I know.
Together.
I know.
Every year.
I know.
And since this year's planning has fallen to me, I'd sooner die than let this tradition be broken.
Oh, now-
She just loved that.
Don't start with that talk.
What? You know it's true. If Aunt Frances found out that I broke a tradition of 25 years over a few sprinkles, I'd never hear the end of it.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't talk about her like that.
Like what?
And her not here to defend herself.
Not
Lord
this.
knows where that poor woman is.
Not this again.
I prayed for her in church again this Sunday. I asked Pastor Robertson to mention her in the special intentions.
Oh, Lonnie.
He didn't want to. I could tell he didn't. He thinks I'm crazy too. But she's been gone 2 months. Lord knows what
Exactly. 2 months. Don't you think if something had happened, we'd have heard by now? She was angry, she threw a tantrum, and she went off to pout. That's Aunt Frances.
She's not as cut and dried as all that. She feels things more deeply than you know. And she's been like that since we were children. That's why I'm worried. Oh, I know she's temperamental.
Temperamental. She threatened to have Wally Boyd assassinated when he denied the solarium permit in '92.
Oh, that was never substantiated.
She objected at the Englehart's wedding because Bill Englehart's father had run against her in the student council 30 years ago.
Well, it was a nasty campaign.
When her neighbor, Mrs. Patterson, critiqued her azaleas, she tore them up and poured rock salt in her own flower boxes.
Well,
Her own flower boxes! She salted the earth, Lonnie!
well, she's a passionate woman.
God, I know, and she's your best friend, but you have to admit, things have been a little more peaceful around here since she's been gone.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't talk about her like that, especially not here.
Here? What do you mean?
Well, here in the museum. It's not right you should speak ill of her in a place like this.
Lonnie, it's not a tabernacle. It's a rinky-dink local history museum.
Debbie!
Oh, come on. You know it, I know it, and way deep down, even Frances knows it. This is Thomasburg, Pennsylvania. What history are we trying to preserve? Thomasburg, Pennsylvania, home of the oldest continually operated drugstore in the state. Through these doors, you will see replicas of the original counter stools from the soda fountain, but you won't see them here today. They're on loan to the Smithsonian.
What? I thought I saw them in there just yesterday.
Never mind, Lonnie.
Look, I know you and your Aunt Frances do not always get along, but you have to remember how hard she worked getting this place started.
You know, I think she might have mentioned that once or twice.
Oh, no. She says it all the time because it's true. And I was right there alongside her. Did you know that the night before the opening, we stayed up all night
Assembling the gallery chairs. Yes, I know.
My point is you could be more sensitive. The financial problems, the funding from the state falling through, it's killing her. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I'm sorry, too. That's why we're going to take the museum in a new direction. We can reach new demographics and explore new funding opportunities.
Oh, don't talk like that. It just makes me sick. Ever since we took that dreadful vote, I haven't been able to sleep.
What? Look, I don't have any hard feelings about you voting the other way.
Oh, me neither. It's not about us disagreeing. It's about the fact that we took the vote and Frances wasn't there.
Which is totally acceptable according to the bylaws.
Oh, I just can't understand it. To take a major vote like that in the absence of the board chair. the founder of the museum.
Well, what could we be expected to do? Sit around twiddling our thumbs praying for some miracle to happen? The final mortgage payment on the place, $280,000. It's due, and we don't have it. We didn't have it last year either. The grace period is over, long over. It's like Angelica says.
Oh, don't say her name.
She is trying to help.
She is trying to take over. Francis says that we better keep an eye on her.
Oh, I'm sure she does. Ever since Angelica joined the board, she's done nothing but modernize, revitalize,
But
revolution.
Francis doesn't want those things.
Well, it's not all about Francis. Look, when Francis returns, and she will return, she's just going to have to accept that we acted in the best interest of the museum. Angelica discovered this fantastic funding opportunity.
I know all that, but at what cost, Debbie? What cost?
It's not a cost, it's a great change.
An interactive children's art museum. That's not Francis's vision.
Who cares about Francis's vision?
I think I'll head home.
Lonnie, I'm sorry.
No, I don't blame you. I know what you're trying to do, but I just don't feel like celebrating. I don't even know why I came in the first place.
Oh, come on, don't be like that.
Well,
it won't be a party without you.
I'll put out my potato salad, but after that I'm leaving.
Hello, Thomasburg Historical Society. Angelica, hi. Have you been trying to reach me? I've been here all afternoon. My cell seems to have locked off on me. I can't seem to find anything today. Not the banners, not the favors. I could have sworn Francis kept them here, but God knows she would never let any of us help her. Anyway, hi, where are you? Are you close? What? Oh, is the check engine light on? Oh, she is. Poor thing. It's a fever, huh? No, I totally understand. It's okay. No, I get it. Yeah. Okay. Talk to you soon, girl. Okay. You have got to be kidding me.
What?
Angelica canceled. Christabella's sick and she's also leaking oil.
The baby's leaking oil?
God, I just knew she was going to do this. My one night out I thought I could count on. Do you have any idea how hard it is to get a babysitter on New Year's Eve?
Well, no Francis, no Angelica. I guess we might, why are we even going to stay?
Oh, no. You're staying.
What?
Yep, now you have to. Lonnie, I am divorced. I'm single, and I haven't been on a date in 2 months. And I finally found a teenager dumb enough to watch my 2 psychopathic boys for $10 an hour. I am not giving up on this night. You're staying.
I'm sorry, but I just don't feel like it. With the funding cuts and the museum changing formats, do you want some potato salad for the road?
Oh, what about Henrik?
What about Henrik?
As far as I know, he's still coming.
Well, I thought he always went maple syruping in Vermont over Christmas.
Yes, but Christmas is over. He got back yesterday.
Did?
He did.
And he's not giving you any indication that he's not coming?
None.
Maybe he's going to another party.
Where? He's single and has no family in this country.
But the weather.
He lives just down the street.
Maybe we should call him. Should you call him? Should I call him? No, you call him. Ask him if he's coming. Tell him I'm here. No, don't mention my name. Ask him if he's coming now. Tell him there's potato salad.
Relax. I'll just give him a call. That's right, my phone. Oh. Lonnie, maybe I dropped it outside when I was shoveling. Did you see it when you came in?
Oh, no, I don't even know how to use those things.
Yes, but did you see it?
No, I guess I'm just old-fashioned.
Never mind. I'll just use the lobby phone. It's ringing.
I think you should mention the potato salad. Shh.
No answer.
What? Oh.
Crap. Well, you win, Lonnie. Let's pack it in for the night.
Are you sure?
Yeah. This thing's all bust anyway. Besides, if we get home now, I might get there before the boys are done traumatizing the babysitter. I might even be able to use her again if she's heavily medicated. Man, come Come on, I'll drive you home. We'll get your car in the morning. Just this way. Henrik!
Oh, Julie, God!
Oh my God, Henrik!
What happened to you?
You're like ice. Where's your coat? What happened to you?
Smokes! Holy smokes!
Just take a breath. It's all right.
No, I cannot. Oh, we must not.
Relax. What, Henrik? Are you all right?
Oh, my God. Holy smokes!
Okay, just get him a chair, Lonnie. Get him a chair. Henrik, are you all right?
Oh, too deep for God's...
Henrik, answer me.
Does he have hypothermia? Frostbite?
Answer me. Take a breath.
I think we should take his clothes off.
Lonnie.
No. I am all right. I am all right.
Oh, thank God.
Well, shouldn't you get out of those wet trousers?
Lonnie.
Please, listen to me. I must catch my breath.
Yeah, relax. I'll get the scissors to cut that sweater off.
Lonnie, stop it. Stay here. Henrik, what happened?
What were you doing out in this weather in those clothes?
Did something happen? An accident, maybe?
No.
Did you fall?
Yes, but I
Did someone attack you?
Lonnie,
No.
please give me some space. I'm the medical professional.
You are?
Yes.
I thought you were a secretary to a student or something like that.
What? No, I'm a dental hygienist.
Well then, why does Francis say that you're a secretary to a guy who flunked out of medical school?
Henrik, what happened?
I
Yes?
saw
Yes, go on.
her.
What?
It was
Yes?
Francis.
What?
You saw her?
You saw Francis?
Yes,
Where?
here outside.
Are you
When?
And just now, not a moment ago.
Are you sure, Henrik? You do have quite the imagination
No,
sometimes.
I am positive sure.
Well, like the time you saw that halo on Angelica's baby and thought it was the Christ child.
The baby's name is Christabel. Read the signs.
Or that time we were at the art museum in Hagerstown and you thought the Rodin statue was in love with you.
He was looking at me.
And what about the time you thought the Queen of England was a subscriber to your arts and culture newsletter?
She still is. You can't expect she would use her real name.
Henrik, Francis went away. I'm sure she'll come back at some point.
We don't know that.
But it wouldn't be tonight of all nights. Look at the storm.
My friends, I know you are doubting me, but I promise you, I know what I saw.
What exactly did you see, Henrik?
It was an experience that chilled me down to my bone skeleton. I was just returning home today from my syruping excursion to Vermont, Montpelier. I was carrying many sacks, many assortment of syrups in my syrup sack. I was using the outside cellar doors because my sack was so full. Then I saw a figure up here behind the museum. A chill went up my spine. I was already frigid with the cold and wind. I had foolishly neglected to wear my coat, thinking I was only going to have the short trudge to my cellar doors. But I tell you now, the sensation that crept up my vertebrae was a much deeper cold than could ever be wrought by any of Mother Nature's machinations. The figure appeared to hold an axe or a sword, some weapon of deadly murder.
Oh, heavens to Betsy!
I paused to set my syrup sack in the snow. I was frightened, but I was trying to reason with my pulsing amygdala.
Oh, really? Was it pulsing?
Oh, like a jackhammer.
Oh, heavens to Betsy!
Lonnie!
I told myself, do not be afraid. It's children. Vandals, perhaps. Here to do some juvenile prank on the eve of the new year. I must scare them away. So, I mustered up what courage I could and set off up the hill to the museum.
You poor thing.
As I crested the hill, thoroughly soaked with sweat despite the bitter cold, I heard a sound coming from behind the museum, from the driveway. It was a scraping sound.
Heavens to Betsy!
Scrape,
Oh.
scrape,
Oh.
scrape, scrape!
All right!
Trembling, I eked my nose around the corner of the museum, straining to see the source of the sickening sound. Through the storm and the dark, my eyes floundered toward eternity, trying to recognize anything other than snow and sleet and chaos. And then, in an instant, she was there, in front of me, towering like an Amazon, looming over my humbleness, silent as a statue, fearsome as a gorgeous gargoyle, glinting shovel clenched in her ice-cold hands. She was all gray, bright, and stoic, like an ancient rock, carved by God to strike fear, sink ships, and make widows of seafarers' wives. All was still and unmoving, except her eyes. Her eyes shone like a mirror down into the heart of a traitor, reflected as they were off the motion detecting lamp over the tool shed I installed last summer.
Did she see you?
I do not know. I was so stricken with fear, I lost my footing and tumbled head over heels down to the bottom of the hill.
Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy.
She wouldn't.
Lordy, Lordy.
She has. Now, you both know what this means?
She found out.
Crap.
We knew this was a possibility.
But how? How would she find
How
out?
did she not find out? We knew not where she was hiding. She could have found out any number of ways. She could have spies.
Oh,
they
dear.
could be among us now. No, we all knew when we voted to change the format of the museum that we were taking a risk that Frances would find out. In truth, we knew she would find out eventually, but secretly we were hoping it would be after tonight, not before.
Tonight?
Don't you see? Don't you see? The new format becomes official in the new year. Tonight at midnight. Technically, there is still a chance for her to change it back.
Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy.
What was that?
Oh, she's come! She's come!
Oh, for God's sakes, if she's out there, she might as well come in.
No, we must not
Debbie,
disturb
don't
her.
open the
You're
door.
acting like children. Stop it. See? Nothing. Henrik, I'm telling you, it was your imagination. Maybe it was the manger scene across the street at the Presbyterian church. That one sheep does look pretty ferocious looking.
This is not a time for making of jokes.
Oh,
I'm
come off
shivering.
it.
Oh,
I'm sorry, just sit down, get warm.
I do not know what has come over me. I have not been this frightened since my father would tell me stories of the Aufhawker before bed.
I don't know.
Aufhawker?
The Aufhawker. Oh, thank you. The Aufhawker. It is a shapeshifter, a demon spirit. It has no form of its own, but it can take on the appearance of an animal or a human.
Oh, Lordy, Lordy.
Henrik,
No. Aufhawker. It means to pounce upon, which is what the Aufhawker does right before it bites its victim in the neck.
I don't think a ghost story is really what
The
we
Aufhawker is not a ghost. It was never alive, so it cannot be killed. Little is known about the being, but it is whispered that it will come about when a lesson is needed.
A lesson?
Yes, to teach a lesson.
Frances was a teacher.
Yes,
Frances taught history for 25 years at HCC.
she taught many lessons.
Oh, Lordy, Lordy.
Stop it! Stop it, both of you. You're getting all worked up over nothing.
The Aufhawker.
Oh, come off it! Hello? 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 It's dead.
The Aufhawker. Oh, I must cover my neck.
It's so strange. There was something on the line, and then it just went totally dead.
Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy.
Lonnie, you can't possibly believe in...
In Henrik's ghost?
It is not a ghost, oh, please, no.
No, Henrik, I see, but it is like Frances.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, she's always had a flair for the dramatic, showing up the night before the format takes effect with hours to spare. She's done more outlandish things.
Like staging that water main break to redirect the 4th of July parade past the museum?
And impersonating the fire marshal so she could delay the opening of the high school musical so it wouldn't coincide with our spring gala.
Or when she personally relocated the grave of that unknown Union soldier so it was in our town limits and not Bainborough's.
Yes, exactly. I'll talk her or no. Francis has come back to teach us a lesson. Oh,
Lonnie, what are you so worried about? You voted against the change.
but I didn't stop it, Debbie. I didn't stop it. Francis depended on me to represent her interests while she was away.
How do you know that? Did she tell you that?
No, I just know. I've always done what's best for Francis.
No, you've always done what Francis says is best for Francis.
Well, sure, but what's the difference?
Oh my God.
Oh, I let her down, Lord.
No.
I
It is
let
I
her
who should be
down.
held responsible.
Oh.
I cast the deciding
Well,
vote.
the same could be said for myself or Angelica.
No. She knows it was me.
Come on, Henry.
No. She has come back for her revenge. Oh, the noose tightens.
Stop it. Stop it. If she's mad at anyone, it's me. The whole thing was my idea anyway.
It was?
Yeah. Mine and Angelica's. Angelica and I came up with the whole thing.
Oh, I wish that woman had never moved to Thomasburg.
Lonnie, she's got vision. Vision that could save this museum.
Or destroy it. Destroy what it once was.
It's true. Frances has been running this whole thing into the ground for
No, I
years.
won't listen to
You
you.
need to listen to me.
No,
She is
no,
selfish.
no,
She's
I don't
tyrannical.
listen.
She is such a bull. She doesn't know who she is.
Francis,
It's like a
listen to
hostage.
Ah!
Didn't anyone think to shovel the driveway? You know, we're responsible for that, not the township. If some old bat slips and breaks a hip, the museum is liable. Oh, and Henrik, I saw that you put a gas can in the rear utility shed. How many times have I told you it doesn't go there? It goes in the garden shed out front. I can't do everything. Not much of a party. Where is everyone? And what's with the decorations? Still Christmas? You know, invitations have to go out before Thanksgiving. Otherwise, folks make plans. What? Did you get them out before Thanksgiving? Well, never mind. Probably most people would think the whole thing was canceled if they got a look at that driveway. Better it's just us anyway, the core members. If I had to listen to that patchouli-soaked Angelica encourage her snotty brat's free will at one more party, what time do you want to leave, Christabel? How many cookies do you think you should have, Christabel? Oh, Christabel, of course, playing with the antique wicker baskets. They're meant to be experienced. Oh, russet? Lonnie, you used russet? What have we talked about? Never mind. Now, the donors. Better the Hoovers didn't show, but did they RSVP? And where are the favors? You know, Dick can't drive, and Ethel, if you get any wine in her at all, will fall asleep by 9:30. Then we'll have to pry her off the table, drive them home, while she snores to beat the band, and his nose whistles like a factory horn. But did they send a check with their RSVP? Dick forgets, and Ethel pretends to forget. But if you don't remind them every single day in December, they will never actually give any money all year long. Now, there. Much better. Well, what's the matter with you people? Aren't you even going to say hello?
Francis, you're alive!
Well, of course I'm alive. What did you think?
Well, we didn't know. You just disappeared like that, and you were gone for so long, and then the funding cut, and
Oh my, don't be so dramatic.
Francis, you are back. I am so happy.
Oh, Henrik! Temper your passions. I'm not a piece of strudel.
Oh, Francis!
All right, you too? Oh, don't embarrass yourself. Puppies drool less than this.
Sorry, Francis.
It's okay. I would imagine that the apostles got a tad weepy when Jesus came back. And what about you, dearest niece? Aren't you tickled pink to see your old auntie back from the wars?
I have nothing to say to you.
Really? Somehow I doubt that.
You are unbelievable.
See?
I was worried sick.
You don't look it.
Of course I was, Francis. After the way we left things.
And whose fault was that?
I'm not doing this with you right now.
Later, then? When should I pencil you in?
Oh, you are unbelievable.
Yes, you
Forgive me,
said.
Francis, please, but you were gone so long, and we have all been so much wondering. Where were you?
I took a little time off. I took a little trip. It was long overdue. Little Debbie has been saying I should do it for years.
But I've asked you not to call me that, please.
Where? If you must know, I hitched a ride to Bermuda on a tramp steamer. Found a 19-year-old sailor named Rusty, and we shacked up in his boarding house flat, unbeknownst to his teetotaling landlady with the lazy eye.
Really?
Lonnie, she's joking.
You mean she didn't have a lazy eye?
Francis, please, the truth.
Fine. I went down to Harper's Ferry. I know a bed and breakfast there from when I did my thesis on John Brown's raid.
And you stayed for 2 months?
It was very peaceful.
For you, maybe. But what about us? No phone call, no note.
Oh,
no...
you look all broken up about it.
I was, Francis. Do you have any idea the thoughts that were running through my head?
What do you people think of me? That I'm some mental deficient prone to eating institutional cornflakes and jabbing myself in the eye with a spoon?
Oh, no. In truth, Francis, you do have reason to be depressed. The funding cut.
The funding cut, the funding cut, the funding cut. That's all you people want to talk about. Did you really think I wouldn't have a solution? And as for depression, leave that for people who need excuses. I do not.
Well, you better have some excuse, some reason for scaring your friends and family half to death, abandoning your responsibilities as board chair, leaving all of us in a lurch.
Reason. You want a reason. Lonnie, what would you say if your only niece...
I have 2 nieces.
Supposing you just had one.
Oh, okay. Which one, Carol?
Fine. Carol, what would you say if your only niece, Carol...
Actually, if I can have only one, I think I'd prefer Luann.
Fine. Luann, then. What would you say if your only niece, Luann, told you that she didn't want you to babysit anymore, that you were a bad influence on her children? What would you say then?
I'd say, Luann, you don't have any children. It's Carol who has the children.
Lonnie, this may be one of those rare instances when you might be missing the point.
Oh, good. I thought it was just me.
Debbie, is this true? Did you take the boys away from Francis?
Well, sort of.
You did? Debbie!
Well, you don't understand.
Shocking, is it not? Only niece deprives her spinster aunt of the contact with her only nephews, the only children in the life of a woman who loves children, adores children, but never had any of her own.
Debbie!
Debbie, is this true?
It's not that simple. It was like...
Perhaps not, but my family didn't want me around, so I thought it only prudent that I should oblige.
Oh, you are the expert martyr, aren't you?
Do you hear how she talks to me?
What you did was selfish and childish and irresponsible. There are people that care about you, Francis. I care about you.
You have a funny way of showing it, throwing me out on my ear like I was a vagrant.
It wasn't like that.
Oh, wasn't it? You have a strange, muddled memory, my little Debbie.
I've asked you not to call me that, please.
Well, we don't always get what we ask for. Now, I have no further interest in airing our dirty laundry in front of these innocent bystanders. So, for expediency's sake, I will get to the conclusion. Debbie Harbaugh, my only niece, mother to my only nephews, in the sight of God and the Thomasburg Historical Society, I forgive you.
Forgive me?
Yes, dear, forgiven and forgotten. I've come to understand the difficulty of your situation. Louse of a husband runs off on an illicit tryst to a hedonistic metropolis of depraved debauchery.
Pittsburgh.
Like I said, never to return child support in question.
He'll pay.
Don't be so sure. But regardless, it's understandable to me why you would lose your head over one trifling...
It wasn't just one thing, Francis.
I'm trying to tell you that I forgive you. And I understand that not everyone is equipped to handle that kind of stress.
Oh, and you are. Running off for 2 months because one time I had the nerve to tell you what...
I know what you told me, Debbie. Let's not rehash it. I'm telling you that you are forgiven, and I consider the matter closed.
Well, if you say it's closed, I guess that's final, isn't it?
Good, then you understand. Now, on to the board meeting.
What?
The board meeting. I'm calling a board meeting.
Why?
Well, I've been away for so long. I should really get an update, don't you think? just the four of us. Besides, we can get this out of the way, then we can sit down, relax, and enjoy the rest of our holiday in peace. Now, come. Sit. All of you, come. Sit. Sit! Well now, isn't this nice? All of us back where we belong. Now, I'm calling the meeting to order. Will the secretary please call roll?
Yes, Francis Steuben,
Here.
Henrik Weber,
Here.
Mike Schumacher, here.
And we have a quorum.
Hey, what about me?
You'll be counted. I just wanted to be clear that we already have a quorum.
Debbie Harbaugh, here. Angelica DeRocco.
Oh, what a pity. All right, now, will the secretary please read the minutes?
The minutes.
From the last meeting, I wasn't there, if you recall. I want to know what happened.
Well,
I move we forego the reading of the minutes.
Why?
It is late. In the interest of time.
Francis, what? I don't have them with me.
Oh, why?
I didn't know we were having a meeting.
Very well. In light of the unpreparedness of the secretary, we will forego the reading of the minutes. Now, we will move on to officers' reports. Operations officer?
Bill, I too am without my notes, but as per usual, I commit them to memory. We have eliminated the need for the expensive urinal cakes in the men's bathroom.
Isn't the urinal in the men's bathroom broken?
Yes, that is why we have eliminated the need for the expensive urinal cakes. Now, in the parking lot, we have converted the last 3 non-handicapped spaces to handicapped parking spaces to further accommodate the needs of our membership.
All right. Is that?
Yes, no. Last week, at the Secret Santa gift exchange, we depleted the last of our invisible magic tape. I ordered 4 rolls from the Amazon, but with this weather, we won't have them until the middle of next week, even with the Prime. Now, as to the mice that live behind the antique piano, traps have proved absolutely useless. My will to continue this battle decreases every single day. I used to love to play the piano, fill this place with sweet, sweet music. But the thought of these tiny vermin scurrying over my feet as I do so has rendered the keyboard silent. I recommend...
Now, that will be all. Henrik, thank you.
Thank you.
Patron services.
Oh, yes, well, good news. I've just finished tallying the membership numbers for this year, and we're only down by 10%. Last year it was over 16.
Oh, well, there's a positive trend. And now how many total members are we left with?
9. Mrs. Lohman died.
Well, there's your 10%.
You see, last year the 2 Oberholzer sisters died, and that's the reason for the improvement.
Thank you, Lonnie, for crunching those numbers for us. Anything else?
That is all.
Communications officer?
No, I move that we forego the reading of the communications officer's notes.
Okay, fine with me.
Very well then. Since we are absent the minutes, we will skip over unfinished business and move straight away to new business.
Well, I have no new business. Lonnie, you?
No new business for me.
Debbie?
Nope.
No, well, if there are no announcements, we can move to adjourn.
I have new business.
You do?
I do. My plan.
Plan?
I told you I had a solution for the museum. For the museum, you bovines, the museum.
What is this?
This is my plan to save the museum. I wasn't twiddling my thumbs for the last 2 months.
You wrote this?
No, I found it lying next to a burning bush.
Really? It looks like your handwriting.
While I was on retreat, ruminating about the state of affairs at my little museum, it occurred to me that we need to get back to our roots. What? For too long, we have followed the trends: online ticketing, guided audio tours, explanatory index cards at the displays.
You want to get rid of the cards?
They're frivolous. If you a Queen Anne style high chest of drawers, circa 1750, then you have no business being at a museum.
And we were just trying to be more accessible.
That's just it, accessible. No one expects anything from anybody. We have lost something over the years, something crucial. What? Our prestige. When this whole thing started, there were radio interviews and newspaper articles. Lonnie, don't you remember when that cultural reporter came down all the way from Harrisburg?
Yes, I think she came in here by mistake, but she was really impressed.
Exactly, we were impressive. Look at us now. Broken urinals, 100% handicapped parking, and a collection as worn out as the zipper on Debbie's first date dress.
Oh, that's nice.
The collection is the key. Now, if you'll turn to page 2 of my plan, you will find 17 artifacts that, expediently acquired, would give our collection the shot in the arm that it needs. That, coupled with an aggressive telefunding campaign, will give us the financial and community support that we need to continue our mission of preserving Thomasburg's rich history. Now, thoughts?
An antique cheese press.
With copper trim. Do you know how rare that is?
Vicar chair catalog, circa 1890?
From France. It is rumored that some Thomasburgians actually ordered from that very catalog. If you look closely, you can see where a price is circled.
Oh, look at this, a pair of Civil War cavalry swords.
Civil War cavalry sword sheaths. Swords are long gone. All that remains are those sheaths, like a hollow, distant memory.
One thing, Francis, I am not clear on. Telefunding. What is this?
It's telemarketing.
No, it's telefunding because we are soliciting donations, not sales. It is a proven, reliable method.
It annoys the crap out of people. Plus, it's old-fashioned. Most people block the calls now any days.
Not our target donors. Retired persons over the age of 75 who still live within the Thomasburg town limits, who still have their landlines. According to the telefunding firm that I consulted with, there is a high success rate among that demographic.
Senior citizens. Aunt Frances, you can't revitalize an organization by depending solely on the elderly. What happens when they die?
Well, I will leave that to our Lord and Savior, but while they live, they will give generously to this museum.
How can you be so short-sighted?
I'll admit, my plan has a few kinks that need to be ironed out, but I know that I can count on the assistance and the loyalty of everyone here at this table. Now, I move that we vote to adopt my plan for the upcoming calendar year.
What? No.
If you want to speak, you have to ask to be recognized, Miss Harbaugh.
Come off it. We can't adopt this plan.
Why? Is there something in its way? Some obstacle? Some measure that would keep my plan from taking effect?
Aunt Frances, I'm sick of this.
Oh, you're sick of it?
Yes. You're trying to embarrass me, bully me.
Oh, here we go.
And it's just so typical. When I asked you to stop babysitting, it was because you were turning my own children against me.
And whose fault is that?
I came home from a date and Tucker was in tears.
Not only did you not tell the boys that you were starting to date again, you haven't even told them that Mark isn't coming back.
Well no, I wasn't ready. Not yet.
But you were ready to get all tarted up and paint the town red.
I don't have to listen to this.
You should have told them. You should have told the boys.
Maybe. But that doesn't give you the right to do it behind my back. Do you have to control everything? What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with me? What is wrong with you? You have been separated for 4 months. No wonder those children were asking questions.
I'm leaving.
Very well. Now, do I have a second for my motion?
Perhaps we should do this some other time.
Yes, when we've all had a chance to settle down.
Settle down? I'm settled down. I'm right cozy, as a matter of fact. Now, we have a quorum. Let's do what we know is right. Now, the motion is on the table. Do I have a second?
Well,
Lonnie?
Okay, I second.
What is going on out there?
What do you mean?
Everything is, I saw that. I almost fell and killed myself. I shoveled and solded that this afternoon.
Are you all right?
Yes, yeah, I managed to stay on my feet, but out there. You know, it's so strange. It's almost as if someone deliberately...
Well, I have your undivided attention. That's good. Now, listen to me carefully. I want you to know that I know what each and every one of you did. I know what you have planned for my museum, and I won't stand for it.
What did you do?
It was a light hosing. It was needed, actually. When was the last time you had that monstrosity to the car wash?
Francis, you did this on purpose?
Oh, to be God.
I'm gonna call someone.
Oh? Who?
Angelica, maybe. No, the Hoovers. No, the police.
There's a hoot. Call the police and tell them crazy Frances Steuben locked you in the museum and she's holding you hostage with a Confederate rifle.
Oh, you have a gun?
No, you dumb Jerry. I was being hyperbolic.
They'd believe me. Officer Whitmer has seen you do crazier.
Bull? Like what?
Well, the time you cut the brakes on Mrs. Patterson's groundskeeper's lawnmower.
Oh, he was fine once it ran out of gas.
Oh, there was that public indecency charge.
That was protest art.
How about disturbing the peace and destruction of property?
When?
Just before you disappeared, after you found out about the funding, when you were having your meltdown, turning over furniture and smashing plates and screaming like a maniac, at least that's according to Mrs. Patterson.
And what does that old bat know?
It's no wonder she called the police. It's only because Officer Whitmore took pity on you that he called an ambulance instead of charging you right then and there.
Well, call him up then. Call him up. Tell him to bring the white coats and the butterfly nets while he's at it.
I will.
You're missing something.
My phone. You took my phone! Never mind, I'll just... Oh!
Oh, Francis, did you cut the phone line?
I did.
Wow! You're just like one of those killers on Murder, She Wrote.
Thank you.
Henrik, I don't suppose that you have a cell phone, do you?
I left it at home next to my syrup sack.
Tisk, tisk, time is a-wasting. The sooner we get this done, the sooner we can all relax and enjoy the holiday. Look, no one's even touched the potato salad.
Well, I did have only an apple for lunch.
After we vote. Speaking of, it's something that's been puzzling me. We have a relatively small board, only 5 members, and the odd number to avoid stalemates. So the math doesn't add up.
What do you mean?
Well, it's obvious you and Angelica voted for the format change. But even with my absence, that's not a majority enough to pass the vote. So, my question is, who broke rank? Who turned coat? Who dipped their bread in the wine?
Don't be silly, Francis. None of us would do anything like that.
Well, at least one of you did. Or was it unanimous?
You're being ridiculous. What is this, Salem?
Was it unanimous?
No. As a matter of fact, it was not.
Well, all is not lost, but there must at least be one. Was it you, Lonnie?
I'd rather not say.
Really?
Voting is a private matter.
On election day, perhaps, but not on my board. No, I don't think it was you, Lonnie. You don't have the stink of a Brutus. But what is that I smell? The foul, clammy palms of Benedict Arnold. The weak-kneed subservience of Quisling. Is that 30 pieces of silver I hear clinking in your pocket? I noticed, Henrik, when I came in, you kissed me on the cheek. I knew it!
Henrik, no, Henrik!
Et tu, Brutus, et tu!
Ow! Damn it!
Henrik,
What happened?
He fell!
Oh my God!
Let him freeze in the snow! Mortem traditoribus! Mortem traditoribus!
Ow!
Death to treasonists!
Ow! My hinter!
What?
My hinter!
What?
My butt, okay? My butt!
Oh, okay, your butt.
I think I broke my butt.
Oh, heavens to Betsy!
Serves you right!
Not now, Francis.
No, it hurts. Ow.
It's okay. It's okay. Let's just get you comfortable.
I think we should take his pants off.
Ow.
Lonnie?
For God's sake.
Actually, I should probably get a look at it.
Oh, 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 no,
I'll help. Honey, just stay here.
Careful.
Okay,
Careful.
it's okay.
Ow.
Well, it's
Ow.
definitely bruised.
Ow.
I wouldn't know for sure if there's a tailbone fracture unless we get you an x-ray.
What, the dental hygienist doesn't know for sure?
Are we gonna do this again?
Henrik, do you think you'll be okay?
I don't know. It hurts all the way down to my buttock skeleton. Ow.
Could you sit down? Maybe you could lie down?
Yeah, I'll try. Ow. Du lieber. Scheiße. Ow. Mutter, excuse me. Ow. Okay, I think this is okay. Thank you.
Do you see what you did? Not only is Henrik hurt, but we can't even get him medical attention. All because of you.
A fanny boo-boo is hardly reason for a trip to the emergency room. Besides, it's just desserts for an unjust desertion.
Francis, you do not understand.
I understand perfectly. I brought you on this board, and this is the way you thank me.
Francis, please give me a moment to explain.
What is there to explain? It's unconscionable. The moment I turn my back, you plunge in the knife.
No, not at all, no.
Francis, I don't think that's quite fair.
And you were to hold the line, Lonnie. How long have I counted on you, and you let me down?
I voted nay.
That wasn't good enough. You needed to keep Henrik in line. All we needed was a stalemate.
I can't help what other people do, Francis.
Oh, you too can't help what other people do. I built this museum on helping what other people do.
I tried, Francis, I tried.
Oh, enough. At least you voted right. As for you...
Oh, Francis, please forgive me, I'm sorry, but please, you do not understand. Give me a chance to explain.
Please let him explain, Francis.
No, there is no time to explain. I'm calling for the vote to adopt my plan.
You can't possibly believe this is binding.
I need a second. Do I have a second?
I second the motion.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, it's binding, my dear little Debbie. I assure you, if you don't think that I know the charter of this organization, the language of which I drafted, then you don't know me very well at all. The chair may call a meeting at his or her own discretion, and if a quorum of a simple majority is met, the meeting shall be binding with respect to all motions carried.
Good Lord. I demand to be recognized. I wish to speak.
Denied.
If you don't think that I know the charter, which I transcribed for you over the course of 3 days while you breathed down my neck, all members of the board have the right to be recognized before a motion is called to a vote.
Very well. The board recognizes Ms. Harbaugh.
Thank you. As we all know, this board at its last meeting voted to adopt a new format for this museum. The vote was fair, binding, and not taken lightly.
The vote was surreptitious, illegal, and frivolous.
You have not been recognized. It is still my turn. Yes, this was done without the presence of the board chair. However, the board chair was absent and unaccounted for. Should any member of the board be absent for a regularly scheduled meeting, that board member forfeits their right to vote.
We got it, Debbie. Move along.
I believe it is only fair that the merits of the original plan be explained to all board members, including those who were mysteriously absent at previous meetings, before voting to replace it.
Tick-tock, Debbie.
We are a growing town with young modern families who are looking for cultural opportunities for their children. I'm sorry, but the history of Thomasburg, for all its value and preservationist mentality, is just not that interesting.
Blasphemy!
Can we be honest, for God's sake? No wonder our membership is dwindling. Why would anyone want to come see the same old, listless exhibits?
That's my plan, to revitalize the exhibits.
With more of the same old crap. More dusty antiques and lousy replicas. No one is saying that we have to get rid of those things. They can be preserved in the basement archive, available upon request by the truly curious historians.
You want to cram my life's work into the basement?
It's a historical archive. What is the mission statement of the Historical Society? To preserve the history
I
of
know what it
Thomasburg,
says.
Pennsylvania,
I wrote it.
and to engage the community with a family-friendly and dynamic museum facility. Well, we've got the preserve history thing down pat, but engage the community? Family-friendly, dynamic museum facility, not in 20 years.
That's what my plan is for.
Your plan does not address the elephant in the room. This museum won't exist at all
I know.
if we do not cover the well overdue final balloon payment on the mortgage, and we don't have it.
I know.
Angelica.
Oh, don't say her name.
Angelica has a real solution.
I heard.
She made a connection with a new donor, a woman she teaches in her yoga class.
Well, naturally.
This donor wants to cover the final mortgage payment.
I heard.
And the penalties.
I heard.
All through her father's foundation.
I heard.
All of it.
I heard.
Provided that we...
Here it comes.
Provided that we house her father's collection and reformat as an interactive children's art museum. Do you have any idea how rare an opportunity like this is? How could we think for even one moment, even in your absence, about rejecting this godsend?
How? I'll tell you how. How about you consider the fact that this is my life's work that you're destroying? How about you consider the fact that you are resigning to the basement the history component of a history museum? How about you consider, little Debbie, that once again you are taking the easy way out?
What the crap does that mean?
You know doggone well what it means.
No, I don't think I do.
Ladies, no. Ladies.
Quiet, Lonnie. I will not let you do to my museum what you've done with your life. Take the easy way out.
That is not in any way what...
Mark, you married the first boy that showed any interest in you at all. Your career, you wanted to be an artist, but then when you found out that the path wasn't all peaches and cream, you abandoned it.
That's not what happened.
Fine. You said you were going to go to med school, and I thought, wow, you'd be doing something that mattered. But along comes Mark, and boom, before you know it, you're engaged and talking about becoming certified as a dental hygienist.
I wanted a family. I didn't want to be stuck in school for all those years.
Quicker, easier.
I wanted children, and I wanted to be able to spend time with them.
Quicker, lazier.
I wanted a family.
Quicker, stupider.
I didn't want to be alone. I didn't want to have nobody.
Quicker, weaker.
I didn't want to end up like you.
Fine. Maybe I'm awful. Maybe this museum is awful. Maybe everything I've done with my whole life is awful.
What is she doing?
Oh, no.
What?
Stand back.
Did you see this? This is the first artifact that I acquired.
Keep calm.
I got it from Old Man Weaver. He gave it to me. He was happy to give it to me. Happy, thrilled. Thrilled that this antique 2-gallon salt glazed preserve jar in his family for generations would be here for all to see long after he was dead. He gave it to me with tears in his eyes. Tears. But I guess it's just junk. Just like everything in this museum. Just like...
No, don't do it, Francis. No,
Why?
please.
Why shouldn't I?
It
No, why should I? It doesn't matter. None of it matters. She said so.
That's not what I said.
Please.
Francis.
It doesn't. Not enough for you to vote to save it, Henrik.
Please, you did not give me a chance to explain my vote. Please.
Why?
Do not do anything until you listen to me.
Why,
Please.
Henrik? Why? Why did you turn on me too?
No, I did it for you.
For me?
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
No, please, listen. I have known you how long, Francis? A few years, maybe? In all of that time, there is one thing about which you talk. One thing that takes up all of your time. One thing that consumes your every thought. This museum.
I hardly think
No,
that...
please. I admire you for that. Please do not get me wrong, Francis, my dear Francis, but it has become an obsession. I voted the way I did to protect you, with the museum in a different format, one not centered on your field of history. Perhaps you could let it go.
You talk about me like I'm some lunatic.
No. Just a woman who cares so deeply, cares with every part of her soul. Oh, it is so beautiful to see someone care with such passion. It is what struck me when I first met you. It is what made me want to get on this board, to be close to you. It is what made me fall in love with you.
What?
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 Frances Elizabeth Steuben,
Oh my God.
I have been waiting for this opportunity since I first laid eyes upon you.
Oh my God.
In the sight of God and the Thomasburg Historic Society,
Oh my God!
will you do me the great honor of joining with me in holy matrimony?
Henrik,
Yes?
I'm sorry.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry, Henrik.
No.
No.
I understand.
All right.
Ow. I must be alone now. Ow.
See, Henrik,
Ow. Ow.
Let him go. Let him go.
do you need help?
No. Ow. I must. Ow. Do this. Ow. Alone.
Oh, for God's
Ow.
sakes. Let me help you.
Good Lord. How long do you think they're gonna be? We've got this vote to take.
You are unbelievable.
Yeah, you said that. Hey, so, you didn't want to end up like me, huh? Am I so awful, so repugnant, so despicable?
No, of course not. I didn't say that.
Well, what then? The fact that I never got married, that I never had children, did it ever occur to you that that was a choice?
Did it ever occur to you that it was a choice for me to have a family?
Well, sure, it was just a bad choice. I mean, after all, you were so young.
A bad choice. Tucker and Hunter are a bad choice.
Of course not. Well, their names, maybe.
Okay.
Fine. Just know that I didn't end up this way. I chose it, mostly. But would it be so awful if you were just a little bit like me?
Friend, you will not believe it. Lonnie, you tell them.
No, you tell them.
No, you tell
Oh,
them.
no, you tell them.
No, you tell them.
You tell them.
No,
Just
you
tell
them.
us.
Okay, let me tell them.
No, let me.
No, let me.
Let me.
Oh,
let
for
me.
God's sake!
Okay. It was so sudden. I was sobbing.
And I wanted to cheer him up.
That's how she told me.
So I said to him, Henrik, if you can tell Frances what you think, then how you feel, then what's stopping me
her from telling me? So she told me.
So I said, Henrik,
She was so magical, so unexpected. She said, Henry.
If it makes you feel any better.
Any better. Oh, she only knew how it would make me feel so the moments ago.
It makes you feel any better than, I have always had a crush on you.
Crush is such a beautiful American word. Ice cream socials, playground flirtations.
And so without missing a beat.
I did not hesitate. Life changes so
He
quickly
said to me,
sometimes. Who are we to stand in the way of fate?
He said to me, Lonnie, would you like to be
just moments ago, I was so
a
heartbroken.
together
Tremendous
pair
angel.
with me? And I said, yes. I said, yes, I would. And that was that.
That was that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you two quite finished? We have a vote to take.
What do you mean, finished?
We have a vote to take. It's getting late. I'm getting tired.
Well, what do you think about Henrik and me?
Think? Well, what is there to think? I mean, if you two want to play pretend you're in some ridiculous romance, well, who am I to stop you? It's really none of my business.
No, we haven't.
Oh, come on. Haven't we heard enough of this silly little joke?
This is not a joke.
Really?
No.
Moments ago, Henrik was professing his love for me, but then you take him in back and you flash a little ankle, and suddenly you're the couple of the century.
That's not what happened,
Really?
Frances. No.
You know, what are you two going to do? Go to the drive-in and neck like a couple of teenagers? That's pretty grotesque. And, you know, when you think about it, though, it is kind of funny. I mean, Henrik is 62, and he managed to find himself an older woman. It's kind of like Mrs. Robinson's grandmother. Well, maybe,
Frances,
maybe it's just me. But are you going to go on dates? Is he going to pull the chair out for you and buy you flowers? Hey, where would you go for a romantic dinner? Up to Shook Home in Chambersburg for a 3:30 serving of applesauce under the candlelight?
Frances, that's enough.
This is real love, though. Come on, come on. You two could get engaged. You could call Zimmerman's up in Greencastle, and you could have the undertaker there help you with your wedding planning. And who knows? You could probably bundle your nuptials and your funeral together and get quite the discount.
Hey, Francis, stop it!
All right. I'm just having a little fun. Mazel tov, you two kids. I love young love.
Good Lord, Francis.
Perhaps we were a little. I'm feeling a little.
No,
Well, I don't know. I'm sorry.
What are you saying?
Can we save this quarrel for the New Year's, you two lovers?
You are unbelievable.
We have a vote to take.
I won't be a part of this.
Fine, stay. I'm calling the meeting back to order. Come. Now, I make a motion that we vote to adopt my plan for the upcoming calendar year. Do I have a second? Ms. Schumacher, do I have a second? Ms. Schumacher, a second? Do I have a second?
I second.
What, Henrik?
You were so quiet.
All of those in favor? Lonnie?
Henrik!
I'm so frightened.
All of those opposed? I thought you were abstaining.
Not anymore. This I want to be a part of.
Lonnie? Fine. Of the votes cast, Henrik and I vote for, Debbie votes against, Lonnie abstains. It's 2 for, 1 against, 1 abstention. Of the votes that have been cast, a majority has been reached, and the plan will be
I
adopted.
vote against.
Atta girl, Lonnie.
Take it easy, Lonnie.
I vote against.
You can't do
I
that,
vote
Lonnie.
against you, Francis. No, I won't take it easy. I've been listening to you my whole life, and I'm finished. I'm not listening to you anymore.
Lonnie, calm down.
When you, who wanted to drive Uncle Dax Studebaker to Wadesboro when we were 7 years old?
Oh, come on.
And when I got married, who talked me into beige bridesmaids dresses? Beige! I can't even look at my wedding album.
You wanted periwinkle. It had to be stopped.
And this museum, that's when it really got rolling.
What are you talking about?
The location, the furniture, the displays.
You agreed with me on all of that.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't agree, but you didn't listen. The format,
The format? You didn't want this to be a history museum?
I hate history.
What?
I hate history. I hate it. I can't stand it. It's so boring. Who cares?
You've been on the board of a history museum for 25 years, and you hate history?
I tried to like it. I even pretended to like it, hoping that someday I actually would, but it never happened. Of course, I couldn't tell you that.
So you're going to blame me for that, too?
This is everything to you. I wanted to be a good friend to you. I wanted to support you. But all you did was take advantage.
I can't help it that you don't have the spine to make your opinions known.
No. All you did was take advantage of me. You used me. You used every chance you got.
You're being so dramatic, so ridiculous. I thought we were on the same page.
Are you kidding? There is only one page, Francis's page. And you'd better be on it, or you're off it.
And God help you if you're off.
Oh, right. Pipe down, Debbie.
No, Francis. It's time you heard a thing or two.
Like you've been holding back all these years.
Actually, I have. You have no idea how domineering your presence is.
It's called strength, little Debbie, assertiveness.
No, it's bullying. And it's all to cover up your fear, your weakness.
Don't be ridiculous.
You know, when I was a child, I worshipped you. I worshipped you, Francis. You gave me art. You helped me discover that side of myself. Mom and Dad didn't get it, but at least I had you. Or I thought I did. Until you noticed that I wasn't prioritizing it.
You were slacking.
No, I loved painting, but I wanted other things too.
Boys.
Maybe, but so what? I was a teenager. I wanted friends, I wanted to do things. But you couldn't stand stand it. You couldn't stand the thought that I might not become some great artist, and so you bullied me, Aunt Frances. I was still a child, and you bullied me. You made fun of me.
Oh, so dramatic.
You ruined painting for me. You absolutely ruined it.
Oh, that is the most ridiculous thing that you have ever said.
No, it was you.
So dramatic. You're being ridiculous. You two are so pathetic. As if old, crazy Auntie Frances could ruin your little lives with
I,
her.
too, have grievances.
Oh, good. Let's hear what the Wienerschnitzel has to say.
Now, Frances, in the short time I have known you, you have never, ever, not so much as once, mentioned one little article in my art and cultural newsletter. And I know you get it. I put it under your door every week.
Oh, my God.
It is a subscription price of $14.99 a month, plus delivery, fees of which I waive out of my friendship for you.
What are you...
No. I am not done. In my tenure as the unofficial custodian and groundskeeper of this museum, I have been exposed to asbestos. I have contracted Lyme disease. I have fallen down the cellar stairs more times than I care to count. Multiple rabies scares. And in all that time, not once did you ever even think of thanking me for the volunteer work which I give freely to this place.
You don't volunteer
I
for
am
that...
not finished. I have told you all how my father, back in Germany, would tease me with stories, terrible, terrible stories. For the first 15 years of my life, my sleep was light and broken, never knowing when the Krampus would enter my bedroom and carry me off in a sack. Since I began working here in this museum, those hellish nightmares that haunted my dreams back then have returned. Such is my anxiety.
So, 1 minute you love me, and the next minute I'm Hans the Boogeyman.
So I do love you, friend. But you are a magnificent woman.
Oh, you are quite willy-nilly with your love declaration.
I will be willy-nilly no more. I have come to a decision. Lonnie, I am sorry for my behavior before. I do know I want to be with you. I too have had feelings all along, but Frances had bewitched me. No more. I do know I want to be with you and you alone. Ow. Lonnie, Ruth, Schumacher, in the sight of God and the Thomasburg...
Not now, Hendrik.
Right.
Hey, you might want to propose to Debbie. She's available too if you haven't heard.
You know, Frances, deep in my heart, I shall always love you. But you are a tyrant, and I fear you too.
Me too.
Me too.
Fine. You people want to play the hurt feelings game. I can play that game. Oh, Henrik, thank you for scraping the bat poop off the rafters. Lonnie, your opinions on lobby furniture and bridal colors matter to me deeply. And Debbie, I'm sorry if you gave up your talent, passion, and career because I'm a big meanie. Now, by my watch, it's not yet midnight. We still have time to adopt my plan.
Are you still talking about this museum? My God, Aunt Frances, your best friends just told you they're afraid of you. Have been for years. And you want to go back to talking about this stupid museum.
Someone has to be the grown-up. Someone has to do the things that need to be done. And who better than me? This is my museum, after all.
Your museum? Do you want to know why I played second fiddle to you all those years? Because I felt bad for you. This is all you have. It's sad. I wanted to protect it, to protect you. Well, no more.
What are you doing?
The vote stands at 2 for and 2 against. I would like to move that we vote again on the measure on the table to resolve the stalemate.
I second.
You can't do that. Only the presiding officer can call for the vote.
Oh, a stalemate means the motion fails. Are you content with that result?
Of course not.
Well then, call for a vote. Let's get this on the table. Let's do this right.
Just a minute, just a minute.
Isn't this what you've been harping on all evening? Isn't this what you want?
Yes, but...
But what? We're ready to vote on your motion. It's almost midnight. No one will abstain. It's time to do this right. Let's get this on the record.
It's now or never, Aunt Frances.
Fine. But before we take this vote, I advise you all to think very carefully about what you are about to do. This museum will cease to exist, and it has meant so much to all of us. It will not exist after we take this vote. It's possible. But motion is on the table, and it has been seconded to adopt this plan for the upcoming calendar year. All of those in favor? All opposed? The motion fails.
Oh, Frances! Oh, my God!
Oh, Gott in Himmel!
Stand back, give her some room.
We have killed her!
Stand back. Aunt Frances, are you all right?
What are you yelling about? I'm not deaf.
Let me get a look at you.
I don't need a tooth flossed. I'm fine.
Are you hurt?
No, I've taken worse tumbles playing football with the boys.
Are you sure you're all right?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Look, Aunt Frances, I'm sorry the museum isn't going to go in the direction that you want it to, but give it a chance. It's going to be better than you think.
Yeah, you like art.
Oh, and children, you like children.
Enough. You won. I lost. There is no need to console me. I'm a big girl. I just want to walk around my museum, my beautiful museum, one last time.
All in all, I think she took that rather well.
Do you think she's all right?
Not really, but I think she needs some space right now. I'll check on her in a minute or two.
Lonnie,
Not now, Henrik. Let's all have some potato salad.
Oh, thank God for the potato salad.
I used russet potatoes.
Oh, really?
Yes, they're less expensive than the Red Bliss.
Those are the skishy ones, right?
Yes.
What was that?
I don't know.
What is she doing?
Rearranging?
Aunt Frances, what are you doing?
What is she doing?
What is this?
What the crap is she doing now?
I don't know.
Oh my God! No, no!
Stop.
Why? Wait, why should I stop?
You're going to burn the artifacts.
Yes, that is my intention.
Good Lord, Frances.
Just think
No.
about it. Think about what you're
No,
doing.
what is there to think about?
Well, these
None
are-
of this matters.
These artifacts, all the time you spend to collect.
Now, and what did it matter? To have them voted away and locked in a dusty basement with the mice? No, it doesn't matter. My whole life, I worked at this. And what did it get me? What did it get me? Did you know I wanted to be a real historian? Did you know that? I wanted to research and travel and write books. How did that turn out? I wasted my life and my master's degree as a teacher, a professor in a hick-town community college. 25 years.
Frances,
25
no.
years. And it didn't matter. The kids hated me. And it didn't matter.
There's
None-
no way that's
no,
true,
no.
Frances.
It is.
No.
It is.
No.
It is. But this museum, this was my chance after I retired. My chance to do something that mattered. Look at it. It has been a failure and a lost cause from the very beginning.
No.
It's a big, embarrassing mess. Just like me.
No.
Just like me. Why not burn it? Why not burn all of it and leave no trace?
Aunt Frances.
You don't get it. My work doesn't matter. This museum doesn't matter. I don't matter.
Yes, you do. You do.
No, I
that.
don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. You do because you saved my life.
What What are you talking about?
When I was a child.
When? What happened?
My painting, my art. You taught me how to know that I mattered. I've never forgotten that.
But you quit painting. I wasn't enough to keep you at it.
But that wasn't for you to do. You think it was Angelica's idea to change the format of the museum? That she wants to take it away from you? Well, it's not true. It was all my idea. And I did it to honor you.
Honor me?
When I was 9, you took me to the art museum in Hagerstown. You gave me art, Francis. You showed me that side of myself. Can you imagine a place dedicated to that? Dedicated to showing children the artist inside of themselves. Don't you understand? This whole thing is still absolutely because of you. Can I show you something? I've been working on this here, keeping my paints and things in the closet. The lighting's pretty good, and it's a whole heck of a lot quieter than at home. You know, when you left, I started thinking to myself that maybe you were right. Maybe I was ignoring a part of myself. I started painting again. Don't you see, Francis? You are not this museum. This is you. This is why you matter.
Look at the colors. Look at the lines. I told you not to stop painting.
I know.
And look at those 2 boys. Strong, handsome, intelligent little buggers. I tell them if they apply themselves.
I know. It's all right.
You know, you say you've been painting here. I think you're right. The light is very good here.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can see it. We could have miniature studios right here for the children. And then it's not just an art museum. It's a children's art workshop.
That's right.
With different medias, oil and watercolor. And the studios could be right there next to the collection.
We never thought of that.
That's a great idea.
And the children's work. Their work could hang in the museum, right next to the displays.
Splendid.
We've got a few more things on the wall in there that I didn't get. We've got to get them down. The format starts tomorrow.
Wait, tomorrow? Look at the time.
Oh, please, it's almost midnight.
Yes. A toast. We need to have a toast.
Yes.
We have no alcohol.
The potato salad.
Oh.
A toast to the Francis Steuben Children's Art Museum.
What? Oh, didn't we mention?
We didn't only take one vote that night, Aunt Francis. We also voted to change the name. It was unanimous. Even Angelica.
I was so fond of the name, I made a sign. It is temporary.
Oh. Friends,
You're welcome.
my friends.
You're welcome.
Debbie, you are a better niece than I give you credit for. And you two, you make a lovely couple.
Thank you.
We do, don't we?
Cheers.
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 Lottie, can you ever forgive me?
Of course, Henrik.
Will you take me back?
I already have.
Heavens to Betsy, to the piano. It's almost time. Ow.
Let me help you.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
I guess I better bring that stuff in.
Oh, later, in a minute. We can just put it in the lobby for tonight. You'll need help in the morning organizing it for the archive.
First thing in the morning, you could bring the boys.
It's a date.
Come on, you two. We need the whole choir for this. Come, hurry up.
Come
It's
on,
almost
Aunt
time.
Francis, let's